This is the single arm lat pull down using some cuffs. So we can use the cuff around the wrist, or we can also place it just above the elbow. Starting with the wrist, I'm going to demonstrate both, but the wrist is going to be a little bit easier. Now, this is going to be useful if we need to remove some of the work that's done by the grip. So very simply, I'm just going to slide my wrist through. I'm going to maintain a slight flexion of my wrist just to make sure that the cuff doesn't slide off my wrist. Now we're going to do this onto one knee. So same side leg is going to be forward. I'm going to be roughly underneath the cable, and then we're going to drive the elbow down nice and tight to the body, staying in front of the body as I drive down. I'm going to squeeze at the bottom and then let my elbow come up and forward towards that cable to stretch at the top. So driving down towards my hip with the elbow. I'm not pulling back behind me. I'm just strictly driving down in front until I feel the squeeze through my lats. And then we're releasing it by stretching up and out in front. And when we're done, same thing on the other side. I can slide my other wrist in. I'm going to keep this left side leg forward this time. And same again, slightly flexed wrist to make sure the cuff doesn't slide off. Then we're going to drive down towards the hip with that elbow. You can see my torso isn't really moving forwards or backwards here. I'm just focusing on driving this elbow down in towards the hip to contract through my lats. So this is more of a vertical pull down motion. So as you can see, we're not trying to pull back and we're not shifting our body weight forwards and backwards. We're keeping nice and fixed, focusing on that elbow motion, depressing the upper arm down towards the hip. Now, if I'm going to use the cuff position above my elbow, I'm going to keep the cuff attached to the cable machine so I can slide my arm in. So once I have the cuff above my elbow, same thing, stepping back, down onto one knee, and I'm going to drive my elbow down. We're going to imagine like we're holding a handle here. As I drive down towards my hip.